Alright, well, I know it's been a while since anybody's seen this engine. It's been almost 2 years since I got it. And I did make a video of it when I just got it. This is a one-cylinder Hatz diesel engine. It's an E79. It's a direct injected. It's got a Bosch pump and a Bosch injector. And I got this engine along with a smaller engine, which was an E79 from the Jacktown swap meet 2 years ago, which would be, I guess, May 2010. The Jacktown swap meet's actually coming up this May in about a month. So how about that? It took me about 2 years to get to this thing. If you look back in the original video, this engine looked a bit different. You see, the block is a pale blue color. It had a pale blue cylinder head and all kinds of, everything up top. This engine was stuck from sitting with water in it. But I had a crate of spare parts from used spare parts from another Hatz engine, same model that I got at the same time. So yeah, the original cylinder was pitted, not usable. The original piston was alright. I got a new set of rings for it. I got it's a standard bore. I just got a set of standard rings for it. Honed the cylinder out. She had fine compression. Lapped the valves in this other head. The original injection pump was rusted, as was the injector for this engine. So the injection pump and the injector are from that basket of parts. So I just put it together. Made my little homemade crank here. Didn't get a crank with it, and you have to excuse the air filter there. Just a short run. That'll do. I have the air filter for this engine, but it's been bashed in and it's cracked. The actual steel housing is cracked, so can't really use that. And it's got no exhaust at the moment. The fuel tank I didn't get with it, just the fuel tank I had. So I'm gonna start it up. It starts pretty easy, actually. It's got the compression release here. It's mechanical. You turn it to that to this position, and when you're rotating the engine, I'll show you. As you're rotating the engine, it clicks automatically, and when you get it up, it gives you enough time to be able to get the engine up to speed, and then it automatically hits or disengages, and once the engine's up to speed, it'll pull itself through compression and it'll kick off. So I'll give it a shot. See what it'll do. That's at a good idle right there. It'll probably go lower, but I'm just letting it run, break itself back in a little bit. And my car's falling apart. No smoke. I think I have some dirt. I gotta clean the injector out again. When I rev it up, you see that puffs of blue smoke. I'm not sure what's up with that, if it's misfiring or what. I gotta get a better air cleaner for it. That looks pretty nice though. Plans for this are, my friend gave me a real nice signal core generator, belt-driven generator, just a generator head, 1800 RPM, and I'm going to belt it to this engine. And these Hatz engines, at least this one, it's a pretty high-speed engine. What it's rated at? It's rated at 3000 RPM. Now, I'm thinking I could run it at like 25 or 22, then set the pulley ratio correctly so that it still makes adequate power and it has adequate cooling and it won't be screaming at 3000 RPM. It runs nice though, I like it at idle. Doesn't even smell like a diesel. Doesn't really smell like anything. When I build that generator set, I'd like to get a larger cartridge type fuel filter, one with a water trap in it. This is just a regular old small engine fuel filter. Pretty neat. This is the first small diesel I've owned. First one I've had running. That E79. Cleaned that up, and the only thing I could get it to do was blow some white smoke when I was trying to start it. Could not get it to fire. Well, I shouldn't say that. If I primed it with lamp oil, which it's paraffin oil, it would run just on that prime, but it would not keep going on diesel. Compression felt fine to me, but I'm not, I'm not really a diesel guy yet. So this thing here has pretty good compression. I sold the E67 to a local guy. He actually, it was pretty neat. He was into Listeroids, so I'll have to get a video of his little collection sometime. He was going to tinker with that little Hatz engine, but I think I want to keep this one now. I was thinking about selling it, but I don't know. I see quite a few possibilities with this if I can get it running right at high speed. I'll pull the injector apart and just take a look. The the nozzle might have a little chunk of dirt in it or something. Not letting it run at high speed, tripping itself up. But anyway, one other thing, it has this little knob here. If you pull it up to high speed, you pull that, or maybe not, maybe you have to pull it up first and put it to high speed. Apparently this thing gives it more fuel. It opens the injector pump a little bit more if it's dead cold, but then it's supposed to snap back down once it's running. But it was like 65 degrees out today, beautiful day, and didn't need to use it. Somebody will note that I'm missing this little cap here. This is actually a priming hole. There's a little plastic push-in cap that went in here originally, and you put a few drops of oil down there and put the cap back on just to help it start, if it was cold. And this plug here, I believe that is either for a glow plug. It's an insert for a glow plug. I took it out and it's hollowed out on the inside, so I believe you can use one of those where they made those little paper match type things, but they're chemically treated at the end. You take this out, put a little piece of paper in, screw it back in the head, and that chemical is volatile enough to ignite with the compression heat from compression, or be destabilized by the pressure itself. So, but good luck finding them, I guess. I mean, this thing was made in the 70s, I believe, so it's not that old. But I don't think they make them anymore for sure. I know Hatz is obviously still in business, but their new engines look nothing like this. They're all enclosed and everything. But it's a pretty neat little thing. You also notice that this little T-fitting here is a return line. I have to route it back into the tank somehow. This isn't an original Hatz tank, I should have said that, but it's just one I had laying around. I'll have to route it back in there. Not really any flow comes out of there that I've noticed when I've been running it, but the original, I've seen the pictures in the manual that route that back into the tank. So, yeah, that's it. It's a pretty neat thing.